Hello friends, welcome back to the another video lecture of ADA subject. In today's video lecture, we are going to learn about counting sort algorithm. Counting sort algorithm is basically a non-comparison based algorithm. So first of all, we have to see that what is comparison based algorithm. So comparison based algorithm basically compares two elements, and after comparing the two elements, if they are in not right order, then it will swap them, otherwise it will proceed further to its next step. So we have seen some comparison sorting algorithms like bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort, quick sort and heap sort, also shell sort, and other names are also written here. So these are the comparison sorting algorithms. Okay, so now we are going to learn about non-comparison sorting. So non-comparison sorting will arrange item, but it will not compare their two items. Okay, so examples of non-comparisons are counting sort, radix sort and bucket sort. So we will study about counting sort, radix sort and bucket sort in your syllabus. So let's start with this example. So this is a comparison decision tree. All comparison based algorithm uses this decision tree for their execution. Here you can see that 9 and 2 means we will compare the two number and we will find that 9 is less than 2, 9 is equal to 2, 9 is greater than 2. After comparing the two number, we will proceed further for another steps. Okay, so let's start our counting sort algorithm. So counting sort algorithm, counting sort assumes that each of the input element is an integer in the range of 0 to k. Here we will have a condition that all numbers must be 0 or positive numbers. So our numbers range will be 0 to k. 0 means minimum number and k means maximum number of our series. Okay, so here we have also taken an example. Our input set is 4 1 3 4 3, means we have total number of 5 items, so our n is equal to 5 and maximum item is 4 here, so our k is equal to 4. One thing you have to see here, that in this set we will have 4 number 2 times, 3 number 2 times and 1 number single time. In previous algorithms, means comparison based algorithms, our all numbers were distinct, or we can say unique into our set, but here we will have some repeated value also. Okay, so we will sort our repeated values by counting sort algorithm also. So you have to know that we will use total 3 number of arrays here. Our arrays will be A, B and C. Our input array will be A, our output array, or we can say our resultant array, will be B, and for the sorting we will take a third temporary array. It will named as a C. Okay, so let's start with its pseudocode, or we can say its algorithm. So in this we will use 4 loops 4 times. So here first for loop, second for loop, third and fourth for loop. We will understood it by example. Now this is an example. So in this example we have total 8 numbers in our array A, means our input array will have 8 elements. We will arrange these elements in a manner and we will sort them and place into our array B. For sorting we will take our temporary array and the temporary array will be C. Here you can see that our array A and our array B, we will start its indexes from 1 and our array C's index we will start from the 0. Okay, so for our first for loops execution, our for loop is here on this corner. For I is equal to 0 to k, Ci is equal to 0. So here we can see we have total 8 number of elements, but from that elements our biggest number is 5. You can see here 2, 5, 3, 0, 2, 3, 0 and 3. So our biggest number is 5. So here I to k means I to 5. So we have to create our third array C, and we have to put Ci is equal to 0. So 0 to 5 and all elements will be 0. So this is execution of loop 1. We have put all the zeros into our array. Okay, so let's move to the next loop, execution of loop number 2. So here we will start from j is equal to 1 to up our length. Okay, so we will have our 8 length, so j is equal to 1 to 8. Okay, so here procedure is, see here, C of a of j, C of a of j. So first of all we have to find a of j, and after that value will be become C of that value. Okay, so first of all our a of j. So a in array a, j means on first index. What is this value? 2. So here value of a of j will become 2. Okay, so value of a of j is 2. So next we will have to find C of 2. So C of 2 means in C array on second index, what is value? So our previous value is 0, but we will have to add 1 into it. So our 0 will become 1, and that we will store into again C of a of j. So j is equal to 1, a of j is equal to 2, and C of 2. So our C of 2 will be updated and it will become 0 to 1. So here we have updated our second index 0 to 1. Okay, so this process we have to continue up to 8. Why? Because our for loop is going from j is equal to 1 to 8. Okay, so let's move further. So now j plus plus, and j's value will become 2. So C of a of j means a of 2. So a of 2 is 5. So a of 2 is 5. So we have to add C5 plus 1. So our previous C5 is 0, and we have to add 1 into it. So it will become 1. Next we will move further. C of a of j means C of 3 will become 3. So on the our third index we will have to add 1. So it will become 1. Let's understood why we are doing this thing. Because we are adding these numbers, how many times are appear into our input array. Means if our 2 is appear 2 times, so at the index 2 we will have 2 at the end of this for loop. Our 0 is appeared 2 times, so at the index 0 in our temporary array 0 will be 2 times. Our 3 is appear 3 times into this our input array. So at the last in temporary array at the index 3 we will have count of 3 will be 3. Okay, so let's move further. C of a of j means at the fourth index of a array, what is value here? 0. So we have to add 0 plus 1. So at the index 0 it will become 1. Again let's move further. At the index 5, what is value? 2. So 2 index plus 1 means previous value was the 1 here, you can see. So we will add 1 into it. So here we have our second index is increased by 1. for 3 it will increase at the third index. For 7 it will index 0, so it will increase at the 0 index. At again last index 3, so we will increase index by 1. So here at the last you can see here that you can see here 0 2, so our 0 is appeared 2 time in list, so we have to check 2 5 3 0 1 time, 2 3 0 2 time. So you can see here 0 is appeared 2 time in this loop. 1, so 1 1 1, there is no 1, so here 1 is 0 time. 2 1 and 2, so 2 is 2 time. 3 1 2 and 3, so 3 is appeared 3 time. 4, no 4 here, so 4 is appeared 0 time. And 5, so 5 is appeared 1 time here. So this is our execution of loop 2 is completed. Okay, so now we will move further for our execution of loop 3. In this execution, here you can see for I is equal to 1 to k, so we have to move from 1 to 5. Why 5? Because our maximum value of k is 5. Okay, so in it what we are doing, ci is equal to ci plus ci minus 1. So we are adding two numbers to each other and storing into our index. Okay, so here ci is equal to ci plus ci minus 1. So for I is equal to 1, what we will do, we will add c1 and c0. So c1 is equal to 0 and c0 is equal to 2. So we will add 0 and 2 and we will store onto ci means c1. So our resultant array will be 2 2 through 3 0 and 1. Again in next step, if I will become 1, so on this array we will do ci plus ci minus 1 means c2 plus c1 and we will store onto c2. So 2 plus 2 and this 2 plus 2 4, we will store onto this 4. Okay, in next step we will store this 4 and 3's addition onto this 3 number, and next step 7 plus 0 we will store onto 4. In next step 7 plus 1 we will store into this 5. So this is our end of loop 3. Okay, so our input array is A, our temporary array is C, and our output array is B. So in our loop 4 we will generate our output array B. So for it we will have 4 is equal to j is equal to n, means here we will go into reverse direction. We are starting from 8 and going to the 1, so we will move into this reverse direction. Okay, in it we have b of c of a of j. So first of all we have to find a of j, that will become index of c array and that will become index of b array. So now we will have to know a of j means a of 8. So a of 8 is 3 here. So this 3 will become index of c. So at the index of c, 3 index, what value we have? 7 value. So at the 7th index of the b, we will store which number? So okay, a of j. So a of j is 3. So at this place we will store 3. So again understood. First of all find a of j. So a of j is 3. So 3 will become c's index. So at the index 3 of c array, what is value? 7. So here 7 will become index of b array. So at the b array 7th index, what we will have to store? So look onto the right side, a of j. So a of j is 3. So we will store these 3 onto this 7 index. Okay, So we will store 7 onto this. After it, what we will do? We will do C of A of j minus 1. C of A of j minus 1 means A of j is 3 and 3 will become index of C array. So at the C's third index we will decrease 1, means we will do 7 minus 1. So it will become 6. So now at the index 3 we will have 6. Okay. Again in the next step our j will become 7. So at 7 what is value? 0. So at the 0 index what is value? 2. So at the second index of B array we will store this 0. So we will put this 0 here and decrease this 2 by 1. So our resultant array will be 0 and 3, and here 1 and 6. Again j minus minus, j will move on the 6. So here 3. So third index of C array what is? 6. So on the 6th index of B array what we will store? This 3 value, and we will decrease this 6 by 1. So our resultant array is this. By proceeding further, at the 5 what we will have value? 2. So at the second index of C array what we will have? 4. So at the fourth index of B array we will put 2 here and decrease this 4 by 1. So this is the resultant array. After 4 we will have 0 index. So at the 0 index 1. So we will put first index as 0 and we will decrease this 1 by 1. So it will become 0. Proceeding further, at the third index what is value? 3. So at the array C on the third index value 5. So at the fifth index of B array we will put this 3 and decrease it by 1. Here second index of A is 5. So fifth index of C what is value? 8. So eighth value of B we will put our 5 again. Next 2. So at the second index of C what is value? 3. So at the third index of our resultant array we will put this 2 here. Okay. So this is our sorted data in array B. Okay. So this is execution of our this algorithm. Okay. So now let's find out time complexity of this algorithm. So here you can see that of loop and 2 and 4 means this loop 2 and this loop 4 have the time complexity of n. Why? Because they are going to 1 to n and this is going to n to 1. So time complexity of n here. And in this loop we have time complexity of 0 I to k and 1 to k. So time complexity of k here. So total we can say our time complexity will become order of n plus k. So here the time complexity of this sorting algorithm is order of n plus k. Now this is a main thing. A sorting algorithm is stable when number with the same value appear in the output array in the same order as they do in input array. This is counting sort is stable. Why stable? So in this example our 3 is placed at the last index. So our 3 will be placed at this index and this 3 is earlier to the this 3, means at the index 6 we have 3 and in the index 8 we will have 3. So our this 6th index 3 will be again will be in front of this 8 index 3, means if we sort this array, so this 3 will be here, after that this 3 here, and after that this 3 here. So this is the resultant array and this all the values will appear into its order only. So it will be known as stable. Okay. So this is it for this algorithm. Thank you students. If you like this video, then like, comment, subscribe, also share it with your friends. Thank you students.